Part 1 of Sonnets on Anglo-Saxon History by Anne Hawkshaw. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Introductory and Sonnets 1 to 10. Introductory. 'Tis a hard thing to judge the past aright, harder to judge the present, though it be before our eyes in stern reality. Naught of the beautiful, the ideal, the bright, halos the things that meet the common sight. To find the lovely in the walks of life, the music of humanity in strife, kindness in sternness, gentleness in might, may try the mind, as much as to unfold the mouldering records of departed times. And more shall try the heart, too warm, too cold, to judge of present hopes and schemes and crimes. How changed will they appear throughout the gloom of coming years, our life seen from our tomb. 1. Tacitus says that the Gauls peopled Britain, and the venerable Bede asserts that the first inhabitants came from Armorica. There are Danish traditions of expeditions from Jutland and the neighbouring coasts. The Welsh triads say that before the race of Cymru came to Britain, it had no people, but was occupied by bears, wolves, beavers, and the oxen with the high prominence. Elks and wild boars were also numerous. Amid the solitudes of the Grampians or the heights of Snowdon and Cader Idris, the eagle still remains, the last of Britain's primeval denizens. The beginning. Man to our island came, but from what land were the first wanderers? Driven by adverse wind, and mourning for the homes they left behind, perchance they came, and on the silent strand they stood a lonely and deserted band. The startled eagle screaming left the shore, from the thick forest looked the tusky boar, while in the vale the stately elk reclined. Oblivion's stream hath swept all deeper trace, they lived, toiled, died, and on the fertile plain the rude descendant took his father's place, and felt his wants, and lived his life again. Saplings chance rooted in the mountain cleft, seeds that the winds of time bore there and left. 2. The Phoenicians in their commercial voyages colonized many of the islands and some of the coasts of the Aegean and Mediterranean seas. Inscriptions in their language have been found in Malta. They occupied Spain and founded Cadiz, and procured tin and lead from the British Isles, a trade which they endeavoured studiously to conceal from the rest of the world. Some supposed that the religious system of the Druids was in part derived from the Phoenicians, and that they introduced some of the arts of civilized life into Britain cannot be doubted. Progress. Progress is nature's stamp on man, the mark of his divine and his humanity. And dimly through the night of years we see Britain's first impulse onward, that strange bark making its way across the billows dark of unknown seas from far Phoenicia's shore, and other treasure bears than Eastern store. Thoughts that the heart shall feel, words that the ear shall hark, e'en as the tropic stream bears through the tide of icy seas the seed grains of its home. Man hath his conscious schemes of wealth and pride, but his unconscious ones, where'er he roam, work through the outer. O'er all life there lies the soft, deep colouring of the heavenly skies. 3. The system of the Druids began in Britain, and passed from thence into Gaul. None of their sacred mysteries were committed to writing, although they used the Greek character for common purposes. They believed in the immortality of the soul, and Caesar says they taught many things concerning the stars and their motions, the size of the world and its countries, the nature of things, and the force and power of the immortal gods. They were divided into 3 classes: Druids, Bards, and Vates. The Druids. Man's heart could listen then, as now, and hear the voice of God that speaketh evermore.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?